do you think are on the Indiana Fever? I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 sets of twins are on the Indiana Fever. So I was doing a little research on Justine Passat about her statistics, like growing up, like what her shooting percentages were, and I came across a video that I was watching, and it had mentioned
there are 4
that
sets of twins on one team in a league that only has 12 teams and 144 total players. That's not just rare, it's almost unbelievable. When you look at the numbers, it becomes clear that what the Indiana Fever have put together is something that really shouldn't happen by chance.
twin, and I was like, oh wow, Lexi's a twin. There are 2 sets of twins on the Indiana Fever. What are the chances? And then I realized, actually, Kelsey's a twin too. So I go to social media, I post this fun little fact. Somebody goes, Raven's a twin too. Raven, Justine Passat, Kelsey Mitchell, and Lexi Hull. 4 sets of twins on one team. What are
Raven
the odds?
Johnson, Justine Pat, Kelsey Mitchell, and Lexi Hull are 4 players, and each of them has a twin. That means there are 4 sets of twins on the same team. What makes it even more interesting is that all of their twin siblings also play basketball. So you have Lexi's sister, Kelsey's sister, Justine's sister, and Raven's twin brother all involved in the game too. That naturally leads to a fun question that nobody really talks about. What would happen if all 8 of them were on the court at the same time?
What are the odds statistically? I had this fun little idea that the twins on the Indiana Fever should play their twins, and Raven Johnson's twin is a guy. All of them play basketball. Lexi's sister, Kelsey's sister, Justine's sister. And I feel like the fact that Raven's twin is a guy would kind of like help them a little bit, because I would assume that the people playing in the WNBA would obviously be the better team, but there is a big physical advantage to being a guy.
The rate of twins in the general population is about 32 per 1,000 births, or roughly 3.2%. In a league like the WNBA with 144 roster spots, you would normally expect maybe 4 or 5 total sets of twins across all teams. But Indiana has 4 sets of twins on a single team, which makes it extremely unusual. Some estimates suggest the odds of something like that happening by pure chance could be around 1 in 47,000. It likely isn't just random luck, and some people think there may be patterns in athletic development that help explain why twins appear more often in professional basketball than you would expect.
It'd be an even game. And shout out to Jess over on Twitter. I'm going to make a longer video. I'm going to include a lot of this because I know a lot of my audience that watches my long form content does not watch shorts. So I'll include it in a video tomorrow too, just as a little fun fact in between all the basketball related content, of course. But after I posted this to Twitter, she actually made a really cool graphic. So just wanted to give her props for that. And tomorrow is media day for the Indiana Fever, so there will be lots to cover.
Twins often grow up with a built-in form of competition. It's not just regular sibling rivalry, it's someone who is the exact same age and usually going through the same stages of development at the same time. That means they're rarely alone in their activities and are constantly interacting with someone at their level every day. From early childhood, this can create a natural push to improve, because there's always someone close by who can match them or challenge them. For example, Kelsey Mitchell and her twin sister would practice shooting against each other, each trying to keep up with the other. Similarly, Raven Johnson and her twin brother would compete during drills, including ball handling and defense. This kind of consistent, age-matched competition from a very young age can help sharpen skills and build confidence over time.
4 sets of twins are on the Indiana Fever. So I was doing a little research on Justine Passat about her statistics, like growing up, like what her shooting percentages were. And I came across a video that I was watching, and it had mentioned that she had a twin. And I was like, oh, wow, Lexi's a twin. There are 2 sets of twins on the Indiana Fever. What are the chances? And then I realized, actually, Kelsey's a twin too.
There's also another angle that often gets overlooked. Twins may be more likely to stick with sports long term. Having a built-in teammate at home can make training feel more natural and less like a chore. Instead of needing a parent to help, or relying on siblings who might not be the same age or skill level, they always have someone ready to play, practice, or compete. That consistency can matter a lot when you think about how much repetition is needed to reach an elite level, often described as thousands of hours of practice. In sports science, there's also the idea that athletes improve fastest when they regularly train with someone at a similar ability level, because the challenge stays just right, not too easy, not too overwhelming. For twins, that setup often happens automatically. Whether it's shooting in the driveway, playing one-on-one, or competing in organized sports, they're constantly pushing each other at a similar pace. Over time, that steady, high-quality competition can help both athletes develop faster and stay more engaged in the sport.
Lexi's sister, Kelsey's sister, Justine's sister. And I feel like the fact that Raven's twin is a guy would kind of like help them a little bit, because I would assume that the people playing in the WNBA would obviously be the better team, but there is a big physical advantage to being a guy. So I don't know. Would it be an even game? And shout out to
When the
Jess.
Fever ended up with 4 sets of twins, it wasn't just luck. It meant they had players who grew up constantly competing and improving in a shared environment. Twins often learn early how to share attention, compete directly, and push each other, which can carry over into team sports. That kind of mindset fits really well in basketball, where teamwork and competition are always balanced. It also raises an interesting idea: what if you actually put these players in a game against their siblings? In most cases, you'd have WNBA players on one side and their twin sisters on the other. For example, Lexi Holt's twin sister Lauren played at Butler, Kelsey Mitchell's twin sister also played at St. Mary's College, and Justine Pat's twin sister Jessica played at Illinois State. These are not casual athletes, they all competed at the Division I college level. Raven Johnson also has a twin brother, which makes her matchup different from the rest. The key difference in that case is physical. At elite levels, male athletes generally have more upper body and lower body strength, along with advantages in speed, vertical jump, and physical contact. That means Raven versus her brother becomes the most unpredictable matchup in the group. She has professional experience and high-level training, while he has natural physical advantages. That one battle could swing the outcome of a game. In the other matchups, the WNBA players would likely have the edge. They've trained professionally, played against top competition, and developed at the highest level of the sport. So in most cases, the professional experience and skill development would outweigh the college-level experience of their siblings. What makes the Fever situation interesting is that it didn't happen on purpose. The team didn't try to collect twins, it just happened through normal drafting and roster decisions. That makes the coincidence more unusual and suggests something deeper about how twins develop as athletes. From a developmental point of view, twins grow up in constant competition. They learn how to negotiate, share resources, and compete for attention from a very young age. In sports, that turns into strong teamwork skills and a competitive drive. They're used to pressure situations long before they reach college or the pros. There's also the mental side. Twins are constantly compared to each other: who's better, faster, stronger. Instead of breaking them, that often builds resilience. It forces them to develop confidence from within rather than relying on outside praise. That kind of mental toughness is a big advantage in professional sports.